guys. So this is actually take 2. I tried to record this earlier and there was an error, so it's cool. But I am actually headed out to Corvallis today. I'm going to go and see my daughter at Oregon State. She is just finished up with her summer term, but she works full-time for the university when she is not in session. During school set time, she works part-time, 18 to 20 hours, and then off-season, or off-class time, she works full-time. But I work from home, random fact, and therefore I can actually work anywhere that has Wi-Fi. So in order, not all of her friends and stuff are back, and plus I love spending time with her, so it's kind of I go up, we go grocery shopping, get to hang out, we have a good time, and I get to see her and spend time with her during her little session, so I'll hang out with her, and I'm getting ready to go. So I thought I would show you guys. I actually had a request for the green shake that I make, which the full putting together, blending it and everything is actually in the day 1 of the Vlogust series. So if you go back, you can watch that. It's kind of a longer video, but it's going to be at the beginning because it's what I have in the mornings. But I'm packing up this stuff, so I'm going to put all the dry, well, not necessarily all dry, but I'm going to put most of the ingredients together here at the house and take it with me. So all I have to do is add the coffee and blend it when I get to Corvallis. I almost dropped a glass jar. So I thought I'd show you guys that. Please forgive my house. Yesterday was meal prep day. Today is mine and my husband's literally only day off. So my kitchen's kind of messy. I don't think you can see that. Hopefully you can't. So here, my husband bought me a new blender, which I'm really excited about. But anyway, so my old blender is going to my daughter, so she'll be excited. She gets a new blender for her. So these are just the mason jars that I use. I like to use these. I use an Oster blender, and I'll show you that real quick. This is my new one. My other blender was also an Oster. I like the Osters because I am able to actually put this, the mouth fits on the blender piece. So you can literally just unscrew that. And I'm so clumsy. So you take that off. Here's a note. Don't use the rubber seal. When you use the rubber seal in the mason jars, it comes off. It doesn't sit good, I think, because it's not as thick as the blender's lip, and so then it slips off and it ends up tearing up. So I just set that on there, and you can see the base just fits right on, and then it goes on there. So when you do blend this up, you can either do hot coffee or cold coffee. If you do the hot coffee, though, you do want to make sure that you actually go ahead and use the blender. That way you can vent it. It looks like my battery's about to die, so give me a second. You're going to get a quick tour of my house. I'm going to take you along so I can grab my charging cord. So I apologize in advance. So you get to just watch me get a charging cord. Very exciting stuff, huh? Alright. Sorry about that. I'm so determined to not have to edit these that if I stop the video, then I'm going to have to edit it and to piece it together, because I use a camcorder, not a phone. So I don't have a compilation option on my camcorder. So I'm so sorry. I'm plugging you in right now. All right. Yay. Okay. Anyway, so if you do hot coffee, you'll notice with your blenders you have like some type of option to vent it. So I would definitely make sure it's vented. If you put hot liquid and blend, it's going to explode in the glass jar. So that would be bad. So don't do that. Alrighty. So we have our jar here. Put that back together. And I have my scale. I've been doing 100 grams of spinach recently. You can do just 85 grams, which is a full serving of spinach. And you could use spinach or kale. Kale's going to have a little bit more carbs then spinach, and my preference is I just don't really like kale. I think it tastes too much like branch, even if I add it. Now spinach, to me, I can't taste the spinach. There's my hair, so that's exciting. Bonus nutrients, protein in there. But you can see all the great things that spinach has. It has vitamin A, vitamin K, which is your potassium, and vitamin E. It also has some magnesium in it. So it's got lots of great things that we need in keto, and I especially need a lot of potassium. I was actually on a potassium prescription for 2 or 3 years. I should have been on it longer, but I just never renewed it before I even did keto. So like I just have always had kind of a hard time staying vitamin filled, I guess, or what. I don't know what that's called. So I'm going to do 100 grams. A full serving is 85 grams, which if you take a regular dinner plate and just pile it with spinach until it's kind of tall and mountainous, that's basically about 85 grams. So you do the spinach. You can make this any flavor you want. I like to do a chocolate flavor. So this ends up tasting a lot like a mocha, but it's full of potassium and magnesium and nutrients, and it gives me my greens for the day. So you can, if you don't have cacao butter, you could really use you could use just regular butter or ghee or coconut oil if you wanted extra. You're going to do 2 different kinds of fats. And I do 2 servings of fat. So I do 1 of the cacao butter. And if you do this cold, you'll saw the picture that I'll put as the thumbnail for this video. That's a finished product. You can see it's kind of chunky, and I like that because then it gives it kind of a fun texture. It reminds me of a malt. For those of you that know what malts are. If you don't, look it up on the internet, they're delicious. But like my daughter doesn't really like that. She likes a smoother texture. So with her, I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to make 3 of them, but there's 14 grams, so that's 1 serving, which ends up being 2 tablespoons. And I did kind of cut them up. But anyway, if you want a smoother texture, use the hot coffee, and you can melt the cacao butter first. And that will, so that otherwise it's going to be, if you use it cold, even if you melt the cacao butter first, as soon as you put it in the cooler coffee, it solidifies fairly quickly. And then these are cacao and nibs. So it's just basically the actual cocoa plant that has been shelled and chopped up. Or pieced out. I'm not really sure if it's actually chopped or they just kind of, it breaks apart when they take it out. I don't really know. I've never harvested cacao. Maybe you have. I don't know. You can tell me about it. So I'm going to do 14 grams of that. And then I add some potassium because, as we discussed, I just have a hard time getting enough potassium in. So I use this potassium citrate powder that I get from Amazon. So I take a lot of potassium, like way more than normal people do. So I don't recommend that. Potassium is something that's very person specific. But I put, it's about a little under a half, it's probably about 1/3 of a teaspoon of potassium citrate powder, which ends up being about, it's about 2,800 milligrams, which is basically, it's about 1,000 milligrams of actual potassium. So that's a lot. Usually you go to the store, you can only buy 99 milligrams. So that's that. And then I also add, this is some MCT oil. I like the Now brand MCT oil. They have a vanilla hazel one that is, oh my gosh, it's so good. I do a full tablespoon of this. So like I said, you can pick, these are my 2 fats that I use, is the cacao butter and the MCT oil, but you just use any 2 fats you want. The fats are going to help obviously satiate you, especially if you are doing this as part of your meal or a full meal replacement, but it also just really enhances that flavor that we're going to put in. So we're going to put some cocoa extract in here. Do use a good extract, don't go cheap on your extracts. And extracts are fun. If you don't have extracts, get some from either online or somewhere, and get a good brand, because you can use the extracts to really flavor any of your drinks into anything. So I have root beer, maple, lemon, I have hazelnut, I have some good vanilla, coconut, pineapple. Oh my gosh, and I have some pumpkin spice on the way because fall's coming, so you can make a pumpkin spice coffee. But basically when we're done, this will no longer taste anything like spinach. It's going to taste like a delicious mocha cappuccino coffee. It's super good. And then I'm going to sweeten it with some monk fruit. I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon. I like things really sweet, so that's probably going to be really super sweet for, again, the normal person. But that's okay. So, and that is it. And then I would fill this about 2/3 full, so about up to here, with coffee. And like I said, I usually do cold coffee. So I'll brew my coffee. I'll usually make a pot of coffee in the morning. I'll drink 2 cups hot, and then I put the rest usually in a mason jar and just stick it in the fridge. And then I have that. So right now I'm putting them in there. My daughter has coffee, obviously, at her dorm, but I still am doing the half caffeinated, half decaf. And we only have the 1 coffee pot, and we both have the same kind of schedule as far as when we eat breakfast, and that way she can get her coffee fix. And yeah, because I don't mind just reheating coffee if I want hot coffee. But that's it. So we've got spinach, cacao butter, MCT oil, sweetener, cacao nibs, and then the coffee. And then I would, like I showed you, just put this on there and blend till smooth. You want to blend it really well. I mean, you want to make it smooth so you don't have spinach chunks. So do a good job blending it. Give it a good 2 or 3 minutes of blending time, or less if you have a really powerful blender. But that's it for the spinach smoothie. Like I said, you can really use any flavors, spices that you really like. You know, I'm going to try some pumpkin spice here that I have coming, and so I'll probably play a little bit. I'll probably, instead of using the cacao butter for when I do get the pumpkin spice extract, I probably will use or try just to get some good butter. And I'm not going to use, usually I just use Walmart brand butter, but by then my son will be at college, so I'll probably splurge and actually get some grass-fed butter that I'll use in it. But two different servings of fat, your favorite flavor extract, some spinach, coffee, and you don't have to use coffee, you could use tea. So if you wanted to do like a chai tea, you could do chai tea and then use those flavors, use vanilla and maybe some cinnamon in here. You could use just some vanilla tea. There is actually a pumpkin spice chai tea that Stash makes. It's really good as well. So lots of different options for you to try for your drinks. Also, these extracts, this is how I make like my lemonade, is I use lemon extract, actual lemon juice, monk fruit, and then the potassium. At night I put potassium and magnesium. But the potassium does have a slight citrus flavor, so if you do use this stuff, definitely put it in something that has good strong flavor to either cover it up, or put it in something that has a citrus taste to it already, like a lemonade, or you could probably do a pina colada, which would be really good with the pineapple extract and the coconut extract. That'd be delicious. I actually make root beer with the root beer extract. So it's just, I do root beer extract, a little bit of vanilla extract, monk fruit, and in a club soda, and it tastes exactly like root beer, and it's delicious. So, alrighty, this is going to be Vlogust. I don't remember what day it'll be. This is going to post on Tuesday, though. I'm recording on Sunday because, like I said, I am headed to see my girl. So have a great week, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.